Hello friends, you are welcome in video lecture series on the topic biofertilizers. So today I am going to discuss the role of blue-green algae as a biofertilizers. So this blue-green algae, generally the organisms which are included in this blue-green algae are commonly called as prokaryotic organisms, which are playing important role in the process of nitrogen fixation. That's why, in addition to this, another microorganisms like bacteria, this blue-green algae also plays important role in the fixation of nitrogen from atmosphere. That's why they are also widely used as a biofertilizer throughout the world. So these blue-green algae members, generally they may be unicellular forms, they may be colonial forms like nostoc, they may be filamentous forms like Tolypothrix. So these unicellular, colonial or filamentous forms which belongs to prokaryotic cyanophyta members, they are most of them belongs to the orders Nostocales and order Stegonematales. So more than 100 species of this blue-green algae are having ability of nitrogen fixation. That means the nitrogen fixing organisms under the heading of blue-green algae, their number is more than 100. So the main species of this blue-green algae which are used as a biofertilizer includes this nostoc, Tolypothrix, Cytonema, as well as Anabaena. So these species of blue-green algae plays important role in the fixation of nitrogen. So this algae mostly possess thick-walled, large-size cell, commonly known as heterocyst. So due to presence of thick-walled, large-sized cells in these members, commonly called as heterocyst. So this heterocyst is the major site of nitrogen fixation in this heterocystous algae. So in addition to this heterocystous algae, some algae belongs to blue-green algae members. They are also not having heterocyst. That means recently these non-cyst heterocystous algae are also considered as a nitrogen fixing organisms. That means heterocystous algae as well as non-heterocystous algae, blue-green algae, are also used as a biofertilizer because both of them are having ability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. So this nitrogen fixation ability of this all blue-green algae members depends upon the number of heterocysts. If the number of heterocysts is maximum, automatically nitrogen fixation ability of this particular organism, it may be nostoc, it may be Tolypothrix, it may be Cytonema. So these darker cells, thick-walled cells which are shown here, these are the heterocysts. If the number of heterocysts in nostoc filament, so nostoc is a colonial algae. That means nostoc is available in nature. Generally, it is found during rainy season in the slowly running streams of water, as well as it is also commonly occurring in the rice fields. So this nostoc is available in the form of nostoc balls. That means there is a gelatinous sheet surrounding to this nostoc ball, and inside this gelatinous sheet many nostoc colonies are there. Each colony possesses many such nostoc filaments. Each filament is made up of many such spherical alike cells which are placed one above the other, which gives beaded chain-like appearance. So in this nostoc filament, single filament, if the number of heterocysts is more, then this filament is having more ability of nitrogen fixation. That means nitrogen fixation ability of this heterocystous algae depends upon the number of heterocysts as well as the physiological activity of the cell is also important. Then light intensity in the atmosphere is also important. The temperature in the atmosphere is also important, and mineral conditions, mineral status is also important. So these are the conditions which are required for the nitrogen fixation by these nitrogen fixing organisms. Then these nitrogen fixing organisms which belongs to Cyanophyta, commonly growing in rice fields. I have told you earlier, commonly they are growing in rice fields. In addition to this, slowly running streams of the water. That means they are generally found in the waterlogged soils. So this is the worker, name of this worker, Venkataraman, used the term alkalization for the application of this blue-green algae to the field as a biofertilizer. That means this worker, Venkataraman, studied different fields in India. Near about 33% rice fields samples were tested by this worker and harvested these nitrogen fixing blue-green algae, and he used the term alkalization to denote the process of application of this blue-green algae culture in the field as a biofertilizer. So blue-green algae adds the 40 kg nitrogen per hectare per year. So there is a availability of data. More data is available, which was worked out by different algologists about the application of this algal biofertilizer to the different fields, and they reported that increase in the soil fertility as well as increase in the productivity of the particular crops. So this blue-green algae plays important role in adding the organic matter, and automatically if the organic matter is added by these blue-green algae members in the soil, automatically it maintains the soil fertility. If soil fertility is maintained by these organisms, blue-green algae members, it is beneficial for increasing the crop yield or productivity of this particular crop. Then another major role played by these blue-green algae members is these blue-green algae members are helpful for dissolving the undissolved nutrients like potassium as well as phosphorus. So if these minerals, macronutrients, these are the macronutrients. So farmer generally adds artificially the macronutrients in the form of NPK every year, synthetic chemical fertilizers. So these macronutrients, if they are present in the soil but in undissolved form, they are not taken by the plant. So for this purpose, if we add any biofertilizer or this algal biofertilizer to the soil, it is beneficial for dissolving the undissolved macronutrients like potassium as well as phosphorus in the soil. Then this Nostoc, Anabaena, Tolyphothrips. So these are the members of blue-green algae, commonly used for reclamation of alkaline soils. So some soils are considered as a barren soils, Usar soils. So in these barren and Usar soils, there is no growth of any kind of grass, any kind of crop is possible because of more alkalinity. So if we use this any algal biofertilizer to such soils like Nostoc, Anabaena, Tolyphothrips, so these three species are well known for reclamation of alkaline soils. So that means such kinds of Usar soils, barren soils, they can be used later on by the farmers for cultivation of the different crops because they maintain the acidity they remove the alkalinity in the soil, and soil can be used by the farmers for further cultivation process. Then these blue-green algae members, if we add as a biofertilizer to the soil, they increases the water holding capacity up to 40%. So we know very well what is the role of water holding capacity. If the soils are having more water holding capacity, water holding capacity, this is beneficial for each and every crop plant, as well as any kind of plant. If the soil is having less water holding capacity, then water drains out very fastly in the lower layers of the soils, and water is not available. It is not made available to the root system of the plant. That means if the water holding capacity of the soil is better, it is beneficial for the supplying the water as well as nutrients which are dissolved in the soil, in the water, in the soil. That means if we use this any biofertilizer, algal biofertilizer, blue-green algae members for the soil, it is beneficial for increasing the water holding capacity of the soil up to 40%. Then what is the procedure for mass cultivation of this blue-green algae members? So for the mass cultivation of this blue-green algae member, you should take the strains from research center. The strain may be Nostoc, strain may be Anaviana, strain may be Tolypotrix. So these strains are available in research center. So you should take these strains of the blue-green algae from research centers and cultivate artificially in making the small pits in the soil. So there is a perfect procedure, peculiar procedure for mass cultivation of this blue-green algae. So after taking purchasing these strains like Nostoc, Anaviana, Tolypotrix from research centers, so you have to make a small pit in the soil, measure as a 2 by 1 by 0.2 meters in the soil. So such sized pit is prepared, pit block is prepared in the soil. So in this pit block, you should add these components. 8 to 10 kilograms of soil is added in this pit block. Then you have to add 200 grams of superphosphate. Then you have to add 50 grams of potassium chloride. Then you have to add 40 grams of ferrous sulfate. Then you have to add 2 grams of sodium bolynitrate, and then you have to add 20 grams of carbofuran as an insecticide. Then you should add the water. So depth of the water in this pit block is maintained. That means only 10 centimeter depth of water is maintained in this pit block. Then you have to add this inoculum in the form of any selected strains of blue-green alga member. It may be Nostoc, it may be Anaviana, it may be Tolypotrix, which is already purchased from any research centers. So you have to add this inoculum in the form of Nostoc, Anaviana, Tolypotrix as a starter inoculum, in this pit block. Then allow it to grow at 35 to 40 degrees Celsius temperature for 8 to 10 days. So the water depth, water level in this pit block is maintained for this 8 to 10 days, and allow it to later on, after 8 to 10 days, stop the adding water in this pit block. Then allow it to dry. Within few days, due to evaporation of water in this pit block, the material which is grown artificially in this pit block in the form of strains of the Nostoc, Anaviana, Tolypotrix, any wanted strain, we have multiplied by adding these components in this pit block. So after 8 to 10 days, stop the addition of water in this pit block. Then allow it to dry. After drying, fill the flakes in bags as a biofertilizer and supply to the farmers. So These biofertilizers, this biofertilizer in the form of specially cultured in a pit block, layman or any farmer, common farmer can also practice this procedure, follow this procedure and multiply the any strain of blue-green algae member, it may be Nostoc, Amaviana, Oligotrix in their farms, and they can be applied to the crop. Generally, this blue-green algae member biofertilizer is generally utilized or generally used in rice crop. That means the biofertilizer is applied to the rice crop, which is beneficial for the enhancing the nitrogen fixing ability. Because of this nitrogen fixing ability of this organism which are added in the soil, they fix the atmospheric nitrogen and adds the amount of nitrogen in the soil, which is beneficial for maintaining the soil fertility, as well as it is beneficial for enhancing the crop yield of the rice. Then the application of the blue-green algae. Application of this blue-green algae is practiced throughout the world in order to maintain the soil fertility and enhance the yield of the different crop plants. So as far as the importance of this biofertilizer are concerned, there are 5-6 importances. So I would like to discuss in short what are the importances of the use of these biofertilizers. So first importance of this use of this biofertilizer is this biofertilizer in the form of this blue-green algae biofertilizer. They are naturally occurring, they are readily available, biologically originated organic resource. That means the availability is not difficult, they are naturally available and they are readily available for the plants as a natural resource. The next importance of this biofertilizer, blue-green algae biofertilizer, the nutrients supplied by them are readily used by the crops. Third importance is, as compared to synthetic fertilizers which are available in the market, the cost of these biofertilizers, blue-green alga biofertilizers, is very low. That means due to low cost, farmers can save their money. That means these biofertilizers, blue-green algae biofertilizers, are low cost fertilizers and these are the alternative to synthetic chemical fertilizers. So it is helpful in national economy. Next importance of this biofertilizer, these biofertilizers don't disturb the physico-chemical nature of the soil. If we add constantly, year after year, the synthetic fertilizers or chemical fertilizers to the soil, they are responsible for soil pollution as well as they creates the problem of soil salination or soil becomes saline, known as soil salinization for problem. So these problems like soil salinization and soil pollution doesn't arises if we add this blue-green algae biofertilizers to the soil. So these biofertilizers, natural biofertilizers, blue-green algae biofertilizers, maintain the soil fertility as well as ecological balance of the soil. So this is very important. So ecological balance of the soil is not maintained by adding the synthetic fertilizers to the soil. They causes soil salinization. So that means the biofertilizers are beneficial than the synthetic fertilizers. The next importance is they supply nitrogen. In addition to nitrogen, they also supply the phosphorus also to the soil. In addition to this nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, they also adds the growth hormones as well as vitamins in the soil, which are beneficial for the existing crop as well as the succeeding crop also. So if we add these biofertilizers, they adds NPK fertilizers as well as growth hormones as well as vitamins in the soil. This is beneficial for the existing crop as well as succeeding crop or next year crop also. Then last importance of this BGA biofertilizer, blue-green algae biofertilizer, is the chemical fertilizers increases the water requirements to the crop. If we add any synthetic fertilizer to the soil, immediately watering is essential. So such effects are not observed after application of biofertilizer. So these are some of the importances of the use of this blue-green algae biofertilizers.